Hi, welcome. This is Lisa, and this is day 14, and this is a turning point. So we've spent 2 weeks really just seeing how much you're willing to let go of grievances, and I've been doing 2 things, and I've been mixing it up in the days, you might have noticed. But I go back and forth between reminding you of the truth of what you are as spirit, as innocence, as truth, as love. And I've also been inviting you to stand from the place where you think you are with grievances and guilt and blame and shame, and really just showing you that you always have a choice and how easy it is to let it go. And I've had practices of being still, and that's, to me, the most powerful thing that allows the energy to start moving, for you to come into that direct contact with your true self. So what I wanted to do today is have this be the last day that we're looking at grievances. We're going to start moving into healing, listening to God's voice, seeing with Christ's vision. And I want to use another illustration for you, and I want to read something from A Course in Miracles. And what I want to show you today, and while I'm reading, I want you to think about this visual. So I always use these 2 circles, and in reality there's no circles, okay? But it's a very good way to think of it. So I've just put the fear circle on here today. And the love circle is all around. There's no edges to the love circle. It's not a circle. And here, I want you to think of it like a dark prison. And this is where most people live most of the time. And what I've been doing is, it's like this is a prison, and this is where most people live. And you think you're trapped in here, and it's like there's a door. Okay, and the door's open now, and I stand out here, and what I'm doing is, from this place, I'm describing to you what all of this is like, what it's like outside of the prison that you've been living in. And so you're in here, feeling guilt, feeling attack, and I'm calling you to join me where I am, out here. So I sort of like, saying it's safe to come out here. And what's going to happen is that you're going to be out here with me, and you're going to be calling other people out to the place where you are. So what I want to do today is I want to read this one part from A Course in Miracles of why it's important for you to look at your hatred. So oftentimes you see a lot of self-help books and spiritual practices that are all just feel good, just be happy. And that never worked for me. I know some people have spontaneous awakenings, but for me, the reason why I love A Course in Miracles is because it meets me where I think I am, knowing that I'm not there. Trapped in grievances, trapped in darkness, trapped in illusions. And it's telling me to look at what you're doing. And do you want to continue doing these things knowing that they're hurting you? And so it's not just like you're trying to be happy. This isn't about pretending. Literally, the light starts to flow and it becomes your true self. It's not pretend happiness. It's a happiness that is your true self. So this is from chapter 13. And it says, you may wonder why it is so crucial that you look upon your hatred and realize its full extent. You may also think that it would be easy enough for the Holy Spirit to show it to you and to dispel it without the need for you to raise it to your awareness yourself. Yet there is one more obstacle you have interposed between yourself and the atonement. We have said that no one will countenance fear if he recognizes it. So if you recognized your fear, you would stop being in fear, but you don't recognize it. Yet in your disordered state of mind, you are not afraid of fear, because here, where you live in this dark prison house, You think it's normal. You're actually afraid of being out here because this is unknown. This place is unknown. You know this place very well. Complaining, criticizing, attacking yourself, attacking other people. You feel safe here. And so you have to see the contrast between this place and have the courage to walk through this door and say goodbye to the way you've constructed yourself. And again, it does take courage because you don't know what's out here, but I'm telling you it's safe. I'm standing out here. I live out here. So it says, in your disordered state of mind, you are not afraid of fear. You do not like it. You don't like living here. But it is not your desire to attack that really frightens you. I love this next sentence, and this is the sentence I want us to stay with today. You are not seriously disturbed by your hostility. So I want you to keep that in mind today. I want you to be seriously disturbed by your hostility. I want you to watch yourself like a hawk today, and I want you to pay attention to the thoughts that you're having about yourself and other people. Because what you're thinking in your mind is actually playing out in your physical reality. You might think because it doesn't come out of my mouth and no one hears what I'm thinking, that it's not producing effects, but it's keeping you trapped in here. So today, I want you to really step into mastery and be seriously disturbed by your hostility and say, that is enough. I have had enough of the way that I think about myself and I think about others. And it says, you keep it hidden because you are more afraid of what it covers. You could look even upon the ego's darkest cornerstone without fear if you did not believe that without the ego, you would find within yourself something you fear even more. You are not really afraid of crucifixion. You're not afraid of what goes on in your world, actually. Your real terror is of redemption. So redemption actually means buying out. And I like that idea of buying a slave. You've been a slave, and now your freedom has been bought, and you can let go of guilt now. And what A Course in Miracles says is your number one calling is active willingness to deny guilt in all of its forms. And that's what we're doing today. We're recognizing this is a turning point, and we're moving away now from all the guilt, all the blame, all the worrying, all the criticism, and to say, I'm walking out into the sunlight now. And this requires trust. So what I want to do is I want to end with a letter from a woman that came in today, and I love this. Because this is about a direct experience where you need to really spend some time doing the things that I'm suggesting that you do. She says, hi Lisa, I've just spent my first time with God. Wow, who knew? It was absolutely fabulous. So easeful and relaxing. The time ran by. I thought it would drag on, but as you said, spending time with a friend who you love and they love you isn't a drag, it's delightful. I just sat there with a cup of tea and a blanket, some time in silence, some time chatting. It was great. I loved that I had my eyes open and there was no agenda. I even got a message that it was time to forgive the candida in my body. So when I finished, I wrote it a letter, and wow, it was awesome. It seems so strange that this is the first time I've ever spent time with God in this way, doing nothing, just being. Wow, absolutely brilliant. Thank you. So I want you to just simply know that this is a turning point now, and we're leaving the darkness behind, and we're entering into the light, and it really doesn't take any time. It's a decision, because this light is what you are. You're already here. And the time that you take to try to sort out how much clearing needs to be done, it's just a waste of time. It's an ego delay tactic. And I ended with this letter because this is the fast track, being still in the holy instant and turning your attention to God, and you're out in the sunlight. So I thank you for being here, and just today, just look at your thoughts and be seriously disturbed by any thoughts of guilt, anger, hostility. Just be seriously disturbed by them and say, that's not what I am. And I'm not playing with those toys anymore. I'm putting them away. So I thank you again, always, for being here and for doing this work. And we're moving into a new space now. And I love you. Thank you.